Good morning to you. This is Kakaaki Social. I'm Onoshorena Obozeghie. Welcome again. Now, the 45 ministers that would be working with Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu towards achieving his renewed hope mandate have been sworn in. By the way, Tinubu finally bowed to pressure and brought back the Ministry of NDDC after leaving it out in his appointment with some reshuffling at the last minute. Some of the cabinet members immediately took to their office and resumed yesterday, but some will definitely begin maybe later. And then the FCT minister, Wike, that's already been called the landlord of Abuja on social media, had a news conference live. He spoke to some issues like meeting headers to say they have to stop having their cattle in the city center, restoration of the FCT master plan through demolition where necessary, and on alleged anti-party activities. He disclosed that he got a nod from his party to accept the ministerial offer.
Be a minister of anywhere, be an ambassador. If you know you have developed where you're not supposed to develop, your house must go what? Those who have taken over the green areas to build, sorry, our parks must come back. The green areas must come back. Because you cannot allow cows inside the city. It can be outside the... That is what it's supposed to do. Because the grasses are outside the city. Before this appointment came, I wrote to the National Party chairman. I wrote to the minority leaders of the House of Reps and Senate. I wrote to the zonal chairman of the party. I wrote to my state chairman. I wrote to my governor. All of them wrote me back. I sent it.
Okay, so let's see. Now, all these errand boys will rest with their expel him. King Marvel says it's so disgusting driving through Wike or Life Camp in the evenings. You have to slow down for cows. Both areas are in Abuja. And Daniel Boala says, to whom it may concern, hello, sir. In case you need refresher course, the basic needs of the resident of the FCT are affordable healthcare facilities, access to good education facilities, clean sports and recreational centers, affordable transport services system, efficient and workable street lights in the city center and the suburbs, and finally, security. You came with a bullish and vendetta spirit, venting fire and brimstone about demolition and revocation of titles. Abuja is not Port Harcourt. If you create chaos in the city, you will jeopardize your principal's interests and he will be forced to sacrifice your job. You will learn humility on the job. Keep Faith says, hope he was allowed to bring his band along with him to Abuja. Well, we're going to find out. And this picture, I saw it on the WhatsApp platform, and it says, the person says he was transporting his house back to his community, his village, because, of course, he knows that his house will be affected with the planned demolition. He also said he was going to ban Okada and tricycles, and people are like, okay, let's see the alternative that you mentioned you would be bringing. And the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has debunked reports making the rounds on social media that he's in talks with his counterparts in the PDP and the NNPP, Atiku and Kwankwaso, for a possible merger. The merger was speculated would help them wrest power from the All Progressives Congress ahead of the presidential election petition tribunal judgment. Now, Obi was in Edo Monday to drum support for Labour Party candidates ahead of the 2024 off-cycle election in the state, where he noted that whatever it is you're hearing, it is half the truth.
Labour Party will continue to grow, continue to grow stronger, better, everything. Half of this you're hearing every rumor. We are committed to building a better and a new Nigeria. We are Nigeria.
Okay, reacting to this is Dati, not his Dati, who says, I totally disagree with this talk that Obi, Atiku and Kwankwaso should have meshed together before the election to defeat Tinubu at the polls. It's a wrong thought. What if the meshed and INEC still switched off the server, collated and announced the wrong winner? For this user, it says an alliance is inevitable except if you guys are not serious about winning the presidency. Politics is all about building alliances. Shake hands here, shake hands there, and pull your weights together to win the polls. It's how APC won power in 2015. It's how you can win power anywhere, especially in Nigeria. And I think this is, for education purpose, this is about what everyone needs to know about the merger, that says such alliance can only be for new election. Otherwise, the tribunal can't add up the results. A merger is too late at this point. But late Monday, the Labour Party spokesperson, Eunice Atanko, in an interview mentioned that a merger is no longer possible, of course. However, the discussion of the possible working alliance with the political party is very true. So that could be the second half that Obi did not mention. He also spoke about empowering local government to, influence the people for victory. But here is the PDP in Edo State reacting to that.
Governor of his state for 8 years. He not do council election until 2 months to go. And after that election, all the seats for Anambra, now Apuga now win all. Now you see get shame. You not call the campaign for the people for here. He will get one. He will get one. I bet people see something. People they talk out.
All right then, over the weekend in Abuja, a son of Nigeria's former Deputy Senate President, Ekweremadu, had his wedding with big names like former Senate President Pius Ayim, David Mark, Bukola Saraki, Dino Ekwenife Umahi, and others, including Peter Obi, in attendance. Now, the ceremony has been greeted with mixed reactions, as some think it was too elaborate and therefore insensitive to the plight of his parents who are serving jail time in the United Kingdom over organ trafficking. How did this go? First of all, yes, these are the big names who were in attendance. Let's see some reaction. Coming in first from Joe Ibokwe from the APC. It says, if I were to be Ekweremadu's son, I would not have staged this elaborate wedding ceremony with my father and mother in prison. I would have done a low-key marriage ceremony and wait till my parents are free. This generation scares me stiff. For this user, it says, somehow I agree with the man. If my family is in a mess, as it were, daughter sick to death, parents in jail and embarrassed, I will have a wedding, all right? But it will be a private one until things blow over. But then do what works for you will be my advice. Also reacting is Oge, who says, this is a typical example of life goes on. Life doesn't stop for anyone. For Vivian, he says, I don't understand the comments. Should the guy put his life on hold for his parents till his parents get out of jail? Oh, well, so the party has been held. So that's how we call it today on Kakaaki Social. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for being a part of it.